The first stop was Venezuela. The Iranian president greeted with full military honours here in Caracas. His host, President Maduro, who's personally sanctioned by the United States, keen to show that he still has important allies. And the Iranian leader making the point that your enemy's enemy often becomes a friend.
The relationship between Iran and Venezuela is not a normal diplomatic relationship. It is a strategic relationship in which the two countries have common interests, common visions, and we have common enemies.
The two oil-producing nations agreed several accords across sectors ranging from education to mining, and pledged to expand trade by a factor of 6 times in the coming years. From Venezuela, Raisi then flew to Nicaragua, where he was greeted by the country's president, Daniel Ortega. The former guerrilla leader first came to power in 1979, the same year as the Iranian Revolution. Ortega has been a staunch defender of Iran ever since, saying in February that Tehran should have the right to develop nuclear weapons.
We have always said and repeated that we are twin revolutions with deep roots in the defense of our identity, in the defense of the welfare of our peoples.
Science and technology should be themes for further cooperation, said the Iranian leader. There were more memories of the 1970s when Raisi arrived in Havana, the last stage of his 3-country tour. Cuba, in 1979, was one of the first countries in the world to recognize the Islamic Republic, with Fidel Castro declaring that there's no contradiction between revolution and religion. As part of the visit hosted by the current Cuban president, Miguel Díaz-Canel, bilateral agreements and memorandums of understanding were signed in several sectors. Energy, a serious challenge for Cuba with ongoing gasoline shortages, was also a theme. The Iranian president stressed at an earlier business forum that the issue of hydroelectric and thermoelectric plants were ones in which both countries could jointly work. And with that, he wrapped up a Latin American tour which seemed designed, in part, to deliver a message to the United States that this sanctioned quartet of countries is getting closer together. Stephen Gibbs, CGTN, Caracas.